guys, welcome back to my channel. Yes, I did dye my hair green. Not on purpose. I mean, yes, I dyed it on purpose, but I did not expect it to come out Joker green. Although, love the Joker, we stan, but the plan was for it to come out teal, and it didn't catch on any of my dark hair. So what I did is I dyed the bottom, or bleached the bottom first, and then I dyed the bottom the teal just to see how it would look. And so I was like, okay, maybe I'll mix blue into it so that it can all be teal. When I was bleaching it, my eyes were burning, my skin was burning, the smell of it, like I thought I was gonna black out. So I was like, fuck it, I'm not bleaching it again. I'm not gonna bleach the top. Big mistake, because the top of my hair, you know, it'd be cute if it was like black or like a really dark brown mixed with the teal, but it's like nut brown. It's like I don't even know what kind of brown it is. It's like sand, but no, it's not as cute as sandy brown. It's literally nut brown. So I have nut brown hair mixed with this green teal, and there's nothing really else I can do. Because A, I'm broke, and B, my hair is gonna be dead if I touch it again, and C, if I do try to touch it again, it's gonna be a huge process, because to get green out of your hair is not a fun experience. And I already paid a lot of money, well, my mom paid a lot of money for me to get the teal removed. The last time I had it, it was like $200 probably. And then I went and did this. So yeah, this is what we're dealing with. This is gonna be my hair, like, what? For the foreseeable future, probably for the rest of my life. So yeah, hair update, cat update. We're kind of matching now. His eyes, my hair. I love you. So we're just gonna do a little plantee video for plants that I've had for a while, that I really love, that are easy to take care of, and that are pretty affordable. So not anything too crazy. That is crazy. Yeah. So let's get into it. Yes, it is a different day. So the first plant we're going to be talking about is my Peperomia Obtusifolia lemon lime. And it's called lemon lime because the leaves have this kind of light green variegation to them. There is a variegated version of this that's like white and yellow, but this is just the dark green and lime green type. As you can see, this leaf has the dark green in the middle and the lime green around the edges. I love this plant because it's just juicy. You get the juiciness without having a succulent. When I first got into plants, I did like succulents, but as I got more into plants, succulents just were not my thing. They're kind of more of a beginner thing. To me, they seem more difficult to take care of than regular houseplants, because like you overwater, they die, you underwater, they die. So this, you get the juiciness without the succulent stress. So yeah, I love this one. I water it like 2 to 3 times a week while it's in this clay pot, so this helps it drain well. Have a nice draining soil in there. I have it by, I think, an east-facing window, so it does get a lot of sun. Most of these like sun, but it's very hardy. As you can see, the stems are really thick, the leaves are really thick, so it's very hardy, especially for someone who's new to plants. It's really hard to kill. The only way to really kill it is overwatering, so just make sure you're not overwatering it. But if you keep it in a pot like this, the soil will dry pretty quickly. So yeah, like I said, I water it like 2 to 3 times a week, and I love this plant. It's grown so much. I've only had it for a few months probably, but I just love how luscious it is. It's so luscious. So yeah, that is my Peperomia Obtusifolia lemon lime. That's what I call it. I don't know if the specific name is lemon lime, but it's what I've seen and what it looks like. So yeah, love that one. Next plant we're gonna get into is my Calathea Rattlesnake. I've had this for probably 2 years and it hasn't really grown much. It probably had like 5 leaves when I got it, and as you can see, it doesn't have too many more. It does go pretty dormant in the winter, so in the winter it pretty much stops growing. But right here is new growth. It's still kind of like yellow, and I wouldn't say this is an easy plant just because it is pretty frustrating in the winter when it doesn't grow. The water situation can be kind of difficult. I have it in this ceramic pot, which is probably not the best. I just like how it looks. So I just pay attention to the soil. If it's dry, I water it. But overall, I just kind of leave it. I don't pay a lot of attention to it. And this is what I got. So you have to be careful about sun. It can get burnt from the sun, so I have it where it's getting like indirect sunlight, but still pretty good sun. It loves humidity. It's also known as like a prayer plant, so at night it'll, when the sun is not, when it's not getting sun, it'll fold up like this, and that is to help it keep in its moisture and the humidity because the sun is no longer out. So yeah, Calathea Rattlesnake, very beautiful. It's got this green texture that looks like a snake, and then on the bottom it's purple. So pretty. This is one of the only Calatheas I actually like. There's a lot of them, like prayer plant types, but this is the only one I have, the only one I probably will ever have. And yeah, it's just very beautiful. So next plant is going to be just your average Sansevieria. This is a black gold extreme, I believe. As you can see, it has the gold edges. We have some new growth right here, which is super cute and awesome. Also some new growth in there. You can tell because it's that lighter regular green, but once it matures, it'll harden off to the yellow edges and the dark green in the inside. Very easy to take care of. As with most snake plants, they can handle a lot of sun, no sun. This one does have some burning, but that was there before I bought it. It was like a rehab plant, so it does have a little bit of burning, but overall, I love this plant, just how it looks. It's pretty big, and yeah, I just love the leaves. And it's easy to take care of. Like I said, water it like 2 to 3 times a week. I have this one in ceramic, and it's pretty hard to get root rot on these ones. I've never done it, but I'm sure you could. Can handle any type of sun, any type of humidity, simple watering schedule, and it's just beautiful. They do take longer to grow, so it's not like a quick growing plant, but once it starts, like in the growing season, it pretty much doesn't stop. I have another Sansevieria that has like multiple of these shoots coming out of it. I love it. And yeah, snake plants are just, they're perfect for any home. They just look very aesthetically pleasing, and I do have a pretty large collection of snake plants. So I just wanted to show you this one because I love the coloring. So that is my snake plant. Next, we are going to talk about my devil's backbone. Ooh, spooky. So if I bring it up close, as you can see, the stem is like a zigzag, which is why it's called a devil's backbone, because it just looks devilish and dangerous. So let me see if I can, so yeah, the backbone is a zigzag, which is super cool. When I bought it, it was probably only this short, and it did have these variegated ones down here, which are so beautiful. So this is the variegated version, and this is the non-variegated version. I bought it and it had both, so I was like, hell yeah. And I had never seen a plant like this before, so I was like, I have to have it because it's just so cool. Devil's backbone, like, why would you not want to have a plant that's called devil's backbone? Super spooky. This one, there's not really any special needs it has. I have it in the clay pot, and I water it 2 to 3 times a week. I have it sitting in a window that gets a lot of sun so that the variegation can thrive. And yeah, with all these plants, I do fertilize them in the growing season, which is like, I want to say like March, April to like August, whenever it's like spring, summer. And I fertilize them like once every month. So they get probably like 3 to 4 squirts of fertilizer, just right in here. And that does help them grow a lot, any of these plants. But this one just kind of popped off. It's just, I'm probably gonna propagate it soon so I can sell some, but it's just luscious. It kind of looks like, you know, those fake plants that people put in their fish tanks. But yeah, excuse me, it's super cool. So we'll try to show you up close. Variegated, non-variegated, and the creepy backbone, it just doesn't look real. It looks fake, and it's just so cool. So I love that guy. I'm gonna set him up here in the window. Next plant is going to be my Ficus Tineke. Ficus, right there, whatever that says. And I just got this recently, but I've always wanted one because I do have the regular burgundy ficus, also known as rubber tree, and the ruby ficus. But this one I loved because the variegation is like yellowish cream, like an off-white. This leaf, is gorgeous. Once they like really harden off, it's pretty much white, just white variegation. But when they first start to come out, they look like that, and it's just so pretty. So pretty. Easy to take care of, very hardy, and they grow pretty fast. This new leaf like just came out and it already has new growth right there. So yeah, just a very aesthetically pleasing plant. Again, loves the sun, and I water it whenever the topsoil is dry. But yeah, it's just super pretty and so luscious and big. So that's my Ficus Tineke. This is that. Next plant, let me get situated, is going to be my Hoya Crimson Queen. This little beauty. This one I just got recently. My mom saw it at either the nursery she works at or somewhere else that she went shopping. But sorry, I've never loved Hoyas until like the past like month, but I'm in love with them. I want all of them. This one I just love because of the variegation, and when it comes out, it's a little pinkish. And it just has these leaves that have this like kind of rough texture to them. You can really see it on that one. And they're again, really thick, like a succulent, but not a succulent. and it's just so pretty. I can't wait till it grows taller and I can have it like on a lattice or a stake. It likes sun. It doesn't like to be overwatered. It can get root rot, so that's why I have it in this clay pot right here. And I water it only when I can tell it's like super dry. And I have it in like indirect sun, so not like really bright sun, but it does get a lot of morning sun. And this is what it looks like. Sorry, I'm like just so entranced. Hoya Crimson Queen, beautiful. Next plant is another Hoya. Forgive me for including multiple, but like I said, I am starting to fall in love with them. This is my Hoya Hindu rope, and it is the variegated version. Is this gonna work for me today? Probably not. So, oh, it's just beautiful. So I got this a long time ago, and it was literally just, let me cover that. It was literally just that. And it had like no roots. And I was like this thing is not gonna grow. I bought it and the next day it had no roots. So I was like, this is like a really rare plant when I bought it. It still is a pretty uncommon plant and pretty expensive. And I was like, I'm just gonna hang on to it. I'm gonna hang on to it, leave it alone, and see what happens. And just in the past couple of months, it started growing. And I know that it's not much, but I have been waiting for this thing to pop out new growth forever because it is an uncommon plant and it is very beautiful. As you can see, the white variegation to it. Hello. And when the new leaves pop out, there is a little pinkness to them, but I wish I had my other one. The other Hindu rope is just your generic green Hindu rope, but this one is the variegated version. I think I already said that. Yeah, I don't have a lot of advice on this. I noticed it does like sunlight once it started growing. The sun really helped it, and I only water it like a little bit once a week. Like I just kind of like sprinkle it on the top and I mist it once a week. And this is what I have. Hoping it starts growing a little bit more, but this is just my little baby. I'm hoping that she starts to thrive. I love her. On to the next plant. This plant is a new plant that I just got shipped to me recently. It was on my wish list, and I've seen a lot of controversy over it. A lot of people are saying it's not worth the hype, blah blah blah, but it is the Philodendron Bipennifolium, and this is just a baby, but once it starts growing, I'll try to put a picture up on the screen, but once it starts growing, it really elongates and kind of looks like, you know, eggplant emoji. It's also called horsehead because the leaves on the top right here do start to go more out like that, and then the bottom like that. So it's kind of like, yeah, like a horse head, like the ears and the long snout. So I do have new growth right there, which is so awesome. The very newest leaf that just came out like last week. I love it. I wanted this one because of how it looks when it's mature. Like I said, eggplant emoji. It's just funny to look at, and I think it's a really cool plant. It's very hardy when it's mature. The leaves are pretty thick, but right now it's just a little baby, and I have it under my grow light. I mist it, I water it whenever the soil is dry. Really scared about giving this root rot, so I'm very careful with it. But yeah, Philodendron Bipennifolium. I don't know if you've heard of it, maybe you haven't, but now you have. And I got this one as a baby just because I didn't want to spend a ton of money on it, and I also wanted to watch it grow because it's fun to watch it grow and see all the new leaves that come out. Yeah, this is my cutie little baby wish list plant. Okay. Next plant is going to be my mini monstera, which is also called a Raphidophora Tetrasperma. From what I believe, I don't think it's two different plants, but I could be wrong. This is not the Monstera adansonii, which is like the Swiss cheese plant. This is just mini monstera Raphidophora Tetrasperma, and it does have like the Swiss cheese look to it. Very pretty. I just like this plant because it's cool. I love the plants with holes in them. Like the Monstera deliciosa, like I said, the Swiss cheese plant. And soon enough, it will start climbing on this stem. Praying for that. Please start climbing. But it's just very beautiful, very aesthetically pleasing. Let's see if I can, oh, look at that. So yeah, I water it again when the soil is dry, like 2 to 3 times a week. And I have it in an area that gets pretty direct sunlight, not like no window or anything, but it's in an east-facing window that gets a lot of sun. And oh, look at this one. It just has like a little mini hole right there. But yeah, that is my Raphidophora Tetrasperma. Very beautiful plant. Next is going to be my Philodendron Brasil, which is very bold on the top. We're not gonna look at that. I'm gonna put that out of frame. As you can see, it's growing some very huge leaves at the bottom, very luscious, and oh my goodness, yeah. Very luscious big leaves. There's a lot of different versions of philodendrons. I have a few. This is Brazil. It has the sort of lime coloring in the middle. Some might say it's yellow, lime, gold, whatever you prefer. So yeah, Philodendron Brasil. I have it hanging in a hanging basket, and I took a lot of propagations from it, but there's so much new growth right here, and I just love this plant. It's more of like your general house plant, but I think it's awesome, and I'm gonna be filling the top more so it's not as bald, and it's just, I just like to look at it. It can be prone to root rot, so be careful about that, and it loves sun. So that is my Philodendron Brasil. I moved you down a little bit because my legs were falling asleep, and we're almost done with this. So next plant is going to be my Pilea Peperomioides. Don't try to spell it. So this is also called the flying saucer plant or the pancake plant because of these circular leaves. Ooh, this one is huge. I've had this plant for a long time, and it's been popping off. And when I say popping off, I mean actually popping off like a lot of babies. So this is one of its babies. And I have sold a few more of them, but this is just one of those cool plants. They used to be really hyped up, and they were pretty expensive for a while. Like for a 2-inch pot, it was like $10. but they are becoming more common, more popular, like available. So the price has gone down a little bit, but I just love, again, how this plant looks. The circular leaves, the weirdness, it just looks cool. That's pretty much all I can say. It loves water, especially when it's matured like this one. It loves water because it's got to feed all its little babies. There are some babies growing right now down there, if you can see them. And yeah, once it matures, it literally pops off. Just so many babies. And you can either keep them to yourself or sell them. I do keep a few. I also sell a few. Give some away to friends and family. But yeah, this one is just gorgeous. Gorgeous. Probably needs a bigger pot at some point, but for now, it's doing okay. And it's thriving. Cutie. Next plant is, oh my god, my lemon lime pothos. I don't know if you can tell like how big this is, but it's pretty big. I just love this one because of how it looks. It's so bright and vibrant, and it really gives a space a lot of color. Sometimes it can do some reverting action. Oh, there's one right there, which is that right there. A lot of people say it's variegated, but it's just reverting back to like normal green. But it's just luscious. It's thumbnail. It does like water, but it can get root rot. Also loves sun. Very easy to take care of, as a lot of these plants are. So let's just get on to the next one, which is our honorable mention. I haven't even been counting. Maybe this is the 11th, maybe this is the 12th, or the 10th. I'm not sure. But this is our honorable mention. Philodendron Micans. So this one, you've probably seen it, you've probably heard about it. It's very popular. Surprisingly, like, hard to get nowadays. I don't even know how much I paid for this. It wasn't this long when I got it, so probably like 20 bucks for just a couple leaves. But it's like, it has that felt feeling, kind of like see-through looking almost. I don't know if you can tell, but, and when the sun hits it right, it can look like black, purplish, maroon. It just, the leaves are just so cool and felty. This one's really dark. And then the bottom looks like this. And this leaf is so pretty. It has like a shimmer to it. Like if you put like a shimmer eyeshadow, like that's what it looks like. And yeah, it's kind of a slow grower. I have it under my grow light. I really want it to do well because it is an uncommon plant. It doesn't like too much sun because it can get burnt, so I don't have it in direct sunlight. I actually have it under my grow light right now. They do really well under grow lights, and I water it whenever the soil's pretty dry because it can get root rot. So that is my Philodendron Micans. Love her. So that's gonna be it for today's video. Just wanted to give you a little update, show you my favorite plants, and most of them are pretty easy to find, pretty easy to take care of. So let me know what your favorite plant is down below. I'd love to know. See if there's any that I haven't heard of yet, or any that I want to add to my collection. But that's gonna be it. I'm hoping the next video will possibly be a cat video. If not, it'll be another houseplant video. If you have any suggestions for videos, please comment down below. Check out my social media, that'll be linked. I have a Depop, I have an Etsy now, and an Instagram. Catch me on my social media, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.